I've been tagged by my very good friend over in South Africa to answer 10 questions on lockdown. Now, ordinarily, if this was Facebook or something, it would die with me. All of those copy and paste and share and da-da-da-da. When it gets to me, it's like, nah, can't be bothered. So it would die with me. But as this is YouTube, I love this community, so I'm going to do this. But the toughest thing about this question and answer thing that I'm going to do is that I have to do it in one take, which is really hard for me because I'm a real planner. So every video that you watch of mine, if you're one of my subscribers, it doesn't all just like there come out. I plan everything in my videos. So this is going to be really hard. This is just one take and I can't cut it. So I am going to find this really very challenging, and actually my anxiety levels have gone up quite a lot. But I am so thankful and grateful to Violet for giving me this challenge, because it is taking me very much out of my comfort zone. And actually, Violet, because I know you're my number one supporter and I love you to bits, one day I would absolutely love to come out to South Africa and meet you, and let's do something together. I think that's a real possibility in the next 5 years or so. So I'm saying it here and now with my microphone just there and the camera just there, that we're going to do that. So let's get on to these 10 questions anyway. So my brain whirs a lot, right? So the first thing I looked at these questions, because Violet's already done the video. I've watched Violet's video and I've heard her answers to each of the questions, and I could see it in Violet's face, because there are some questions in here which are just like so obvious. And a lot of these questions are closed answers. And I know I've got a couple of younger subscribers. So if you don't know, I don't want to be patronising, but you've got open and closed questions. Closed questions are yes and no. And open questions, it forces you to give an answer. And I'm looking at these, and a lot of these I could just go, question 1, nope. Question 2, yep. Oh, okay. Anyway, because of the way my brain works, the first thing I did after hearing Violet's video was to find out where the source of this was all coming from. So let's have a look. So this is my channel. This is Violet. So Violet's done her video today. I watched it, and Violet, you did such a great job. Consider it was just one take on all of this. I just thought you did an absolutely brilliant job, and I love watching your videos. But Violet got it from a lady called Karen Look, and I tried finding that, and it took a little bit of finding, because Look is spelled L-U-U-K, and Karen there is from the US, but I believe she lives in the UK. But one of Karen's favourite videos is Life with Patty, and so I'm assuming that's American. There's Patty, or as we say in the UK, Patty. And Patty watches a channel called Life with Mike, so I know where she got her name from. And there's Mike. And Mike, I think this is where it all originates from. 10 question stuck inside tag is what he's titled his video. And I've watched most of this video, and it did give me some giggles, I have to say. And actually, when I was looking at these questions, this is why I've done this research, because I was looking at these questions, and I don't know why, but I looked at them and I thought, an American's wrote this. I don't know if it's certain words or what, I don't know, but I was looking at it thinking only an American could have written these questions, and I don't know what it is about it. And watching Mike answer the questions, I think he's written the questions so that he's got an answer for each of them. Because, yeah, some of these are quite close, and as I've mentioned before, I could answer them quite easily and quickly. Let's get on to the questions anyway, because I've been rambling on already. So question 1, are you having any anxiety or stress from being inside too much? No. Question 2, I'm only joking. No, going back to question 1, are you having any anxiety or stress from being inside too much? I really enjoy sort of being at home in front of my computer, making my videos, and I feel really very comfortable at home, and we're not, Loretto and I are not overly sociable, and because I'm away with work and Loretto's a nurse, so he's working away a lot, we don't get a lot of time with each other, so when we get home it's quite special. So the fact that the coronavirus and the pandemic and the lockdown and everything's going on, no, I think we're okay there. Question 2, have you been able to find supplies that you need at your local stores? The answer, yes. The first couple of weeks, I think it wasn't so much panic buying, but I think people were going out and buying a little bit more. And I think people don't realise that for the last decade or more, the whole world, the supply chains and everything, always live on a knife edge. They work on a knife edge because if there's a slight change in any of that, things will start to fail ever so slightly. And all it's taken is for people to go out and buy a couple of extra bits. And that's when you go into the supermarkets and so many things run out. And that's what we experienced the first couple of weeks. When I went to the supermarket, they'd sold out of everything. And that's what's got my anxiety levels up about going to the supermarket in particular, is that I don't want to go into the supermarket and then see all these things that have run out when they needn't have run out, because the supply chains are good, everything's good. The only difference is that people have been buying more, so they've artificially broken the system that was not broken in the first place, and that's what upsets me, and that's why I don't want to go shopping. So that's where my anxiety comes from. So I don't tend to do much shopping if I can help it. But things are back to normal here in the UK, and yeah, let's move on. Have you been ordering more things from online sources? Well, in actual fact, in this time, I've been ordering less. The only things that I used to order online were my camera gear from Amazon, and from the Christmas period, slightly before, up until now, up until about a month ago, I was buying more things online. I bought the Canon EOS R, which I'm recording this on, and I bought a reflector, extra batteries, the LED lights. I was buying quite a few things extra every single month, but since the lockdown, I've stopped all of that. Question number 4, do you enjoy eating more meals at home versus eating out? Well, we never really ate out in the first place. Loretta and I go out a few times a year, and I am talking about 3 times a year to eat out ordinarily. So, no, we're eating just the same as we did before. Question 5, are you cooking more? Right, I need to stop. Okay, so as I took you through the different people, there's been slight Chinese whispers, because the questions that I wrote down from Violet's video are... This question's ever so slightly different from the original question, because Violet asked in question 5, are you cooking more meals at home versus eating out? But Mike's question is, are you cooking more meals from recipes, or are you eating more frozen meals? And I'm assuming what Mike means from frozen meals is what we call ready meals here in the UK. And they are, ready-made meals you can chuck in the microwave or the oven, and off you go. The answer that I would give to that one is that we're cooking as we did before. I'm quite a keen cook, and so I'm always whipping up stuff, and I do have my recipes that I sort of know in my head and that I cook regularly, and we're doing that. But we're also cooking more of what we've got in the house at the time. So looking at what we've got in the cupboards and in the fridge and in our freezers, and just coming up with something. So no is the answer to that one. Well, it's not. I'm not cooking more from recipes. I'm cooking the same. Question 6. After this is all over, will you stock up on more items in case this happens again? No. No. Why would I want to do that? No. There's no need. This crisis is big, isn't it? I mean, it's affecting the whole world, and we're getting through it just fine here. I mean, we can go to the shops, pick up what we need. We're cooking with what we've got in the house. I can't, if this happens again, and if this is going to be as bad as it gets, no. And we've always got some stuff in the freezer and some stuff around the house that I can knock up. So even if everything closed today, we'd still have meals for the next 2 or 3 weeks or so at any given time. So, question 7. How has this crisis affected you and your family? I know who watches my videos, and so I need to be ever so slightly careful here. I'd say on the whole, we're okay. We're doing okay. The boys are absolutely fine, and I think the fact that they're not at school, they've got work to do, that they're giving us like homework, they're absolutely fine. I've been okay working from home, And also I'm still having to travel to client sites. So am I okay in that? Loretto has struggled a bit because he's a nurse, frontline NHS staff. And so, the anxieties that the NHS staff are facing at the moment are really, really very, very tough. But we're getting through it. We're okay. Question 8. Do you go to the store to get your groceries, or do you use a pickup service to get them delivered? We've always gone and got our own stuff. In the UK here, each of the supermarkets do provide their own online services, but I've never used that, and I think they've increased that capacity since the crisis. But from my point of view, I think this is more of a reason not to, because there are so many vulnerable people out there, and including the elderly, that need that service. I don't want to be taking up their slots, so absolutely not. We're fine as we are. Question 9. If you go to the store, are you concerned when people get too close to you? I don't get concerned. I get annoyed. This only really happens when we go for our daily walks, and as part of our walk, when we go back to where I live, there's a small off-license type store. They sell some food, but I think it's mostly off-license, beers, wines and spirits type stuff. And it is a little bit of a pokey shop. So when people get a little bit close and they don't tend to step back or, recognise that 2 metre spacing rule, I don't get concerned. I just get angry. It's like, you know what you should be doing? Now, f*** off. Yeah. Sorry, because it's unedited, I do have a tendency to swear. So when I'm making my own videos and things, I do cut all of that out, or I just don't, I cut huge chunks out and stuff. But this is live and I'm doing one take, so I'll have to bleep that. The final question, do the people who live in your area take the crisis seriously, or do they take it as business as usual? I have to say, I think the lockdown and what people have done in the UK has been absolutely brilliant. When we go for our walks, we're out and about, the vast majority of people have been absolutely fantastic. And in the UK, we've created some what we've called Nightingale wards, where they've, like in London, there's a 4,000 bedded ward that they're setting up, which was in a sort of exhibition centre that they've converted, but they've hardly had to use it. And the reason they've not had to use it is because everybody is complying with the rules. And so the spread of the virus is a lot less than what they modelled it against, because within my company and stuff, we've discussed this, and the model was saying that the model that the government were using was based on a 60% compliance rate for the lockdown rules, but in actual fact, it's coming out as 90%. So far more people than they expected are adhering to the rules, and so the need for extra beds is not needed. And I think everyone's being absolutely brilliant. The only people that are not, no, they are. But because I'm having to drive to a client site a few times each week, I have noticed the roads are really quiet. Apart from the trucks continue as normal. Some drivers are taking it as an opportunity to do 100, 120 miles an hour down the motorway, which is absolutely crazy. All in German cars are either driving a bloody BMW, an Audi or a Volkswagen. It's only those cars that go super fast, but they're absolutely chugging it, and they're idiots. I wish there was a few more police out there clocking those little f***ers. Yeah, but on the whole, no, I'm really, really chuffed everyone's doing their part. So there you go. That's it, Violet, and that's it for all of you out there. Thank you so much, Violet, for giving me this challenge. It has been tough. I don't know how this is going to come out. This could be a car crash video or not. Saying that, go back to my last video. I've released 4 videos. In the past week or so, I've released 4 videos. One of those, my video, 8 views. 8 views. That's a car crash. Hopefully this one will get a little bit more. But I don't really want to I have got a couple of people I want to nominate, but what I'm going to say to all of you is that if you want to do a video of these 10 questions, then please feel free to have a go. It is quite a challenge to do it in one take. And from your normal videos and your editing and all of that, it'll be quite different. So this is me done. And I suppose all that's left to say is stay safe, take care, follow the rules and we'll get through this. The food's there, always has been. Toilet rolls, they've always been there. It's just people have bought them thinking, oh, I'm going to run out. And yeah, actually, I forgot to mention that. What is that about toilet rolls? Seriously. Oh no, there's a coronavirus pandemic. I need to buy 10 packs of toilet rolls. Like 10 packs, if you buy a 9-pack, 10 packs, that's 90 rolls. You go through 2 rolls a week. That's like 45. So you need toilet rolls for 45 weeks. Really? Let's leave it on that one. On that toilet roll bombshell.